Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I do apologize for having missed a few days. Haven't been feeling the greatest for the bit. I was kind of working on some assignments and kind of mentally because I have a bunch of projects coming up and I'm just trying to work on them. It's a little bit hard to get motivated, especially with that kind of stuff. Definitely not the best at that stuff, but either way, welcome. This is going to be just the review for the current characters of the Cola banner for Shangri-La. If anything, I will just give my small opinion on some of the characters, though I did actually notice a couple of them. I have been playing consistently as much as I can anyway. I kind of missed like 2 days. But regardless, this is going to be uploaded around 10 as well, so you guys are going to get a double video. One a bit of an apology and one just an actual video. So yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy that. And yeah. So, I did want to bring up a couple of things, right? I don't know much about these characters, and I did want to review them a bit. But I was amused when I first saw the Oikatsu, the Game Master, fighting Game Master, Oikatsu, because from the looks of things, they look to be kind of broken, to be honest. At Ultimate, I guess. Yeah, I saw that and I was, like, intrigued by it. I'm like, invincibility? So, I kind of wanted to make a video at least on this a little bit earlier than usual. Primarily because it just makes more sense for me to do it. I don't typically try these guys out. It would be kind of nice to try it, but, either way, just something to kind of watch out for. And I think because there's something interesting, right? So I don't know if these are like the kind of like the joke characters, because some of them, like their names on them, give me vibes of they're probably like a guy playing a female character kind of vibe. Arthur Pencilgon, for example, just gives me vibes of this is a dude, because they're in a VR game, I believe. That's what I've been led to believe from the thing, right? So, I think, what is it? So, I think all the characters are green base, I think. Yeah, they're all green base. So, support, this is probably attack, right? Yep. But invincibility. Right. So, she's a tank. I guess they're a tank. I'm not sure what they are. Either way. Tank with invincibility. That just sounded pretty goated. And a green one of that. Grants ability and powerful buff himself with his technique. If I notice, I get extra coins and such. Normal stuff is per usual. Happens with that kind of things. But let's see. So, obviously we got another max character, I believe. Yeah, we're at 112. So, max level right now is 108? So, I mean, we're gonna have time, guys. Don't worry, we've got so much time to go to max level. I think I'll get a little bit of an update. I'm at 73 so far. I'm still working on my other stuff, but yeah, it feels really weird to just kind of like keep leveling and just keep leveling and leveling and leveling. But I will also be, just kind of as a heads up, I will be making a video on Brave soon enough. Because I saw the banner characters. If not today, it's definitely going to be tomorrow. Because I'm going to be spending some time on it for sure. I've just been waiting on a banner that just intrigues me a bunch. Because, not going to lie, I'm a bit of a, hey, I like the character. I'm going to summon on it. Because I'm actually more likely to get those banners from these ones. Since they have better pity attempts than this. But onto the review then. So let's see. So I'm gonna check out when they unlock the things, right? So for awakening hint technique, right? So normal hint technique is raises on attack by 80% for 20 seconds. That's pretty high, actually. I mean, it's an ultimate, so it takes a minute. But also raises defense by 80% for 20 seconds. Further grants invincibility for 10 seconds. Pretty good. Huh. 40% increase. That's pretty. That's substantial. That's 50% increase in like in buff. It's pretty significant actually. It's not that bad. The fact that it's the first one is not bad either. But dual impact lowers defense of single enemy by 20% for 10 seconds. Further inflicts 10% enemy and knockback. It's not that much. It's of course it's 50% increase in both things, at least from a perspective of mathematics, right? So 20 to 30 is 50% increase from the base of 20%, but in actual it's 10% just increase, which is pretty nice statistically, but at the same time it's kind of like mediocre in the grand scheme of things, unless you pair them up with, like, I guess the attacker, which we'll check out in a bit. But when awakened, 30%, that's kind of not necessary. Awakened skill 2, so number 3, that doesn't really matter too much, so that's fine. The fact that this is 2 is not bad. Let's see what it does at the first stage. Lowers attack of single enemy with highest attack by 40% for 10 seconds. Further inflicts seal for 10 seconds if yellow elemental. So if your enemy is yellow, it inflicts seal for 10 seconds. That is 50% increase in all these stats. That is rough on that is rough on the attack decrease actually. And man, yellows are gonna have a rough time. Well, in general, yeah, the yellows are just gonna get sealed though. When own HP falls below 50%, reduces damage taken by 20%. Permanent. Shields damage by 200% of skills user attack of all allies for 15 seconds. Oh, that is, man. That's 4, right? Or no, it's 5. No, that is an expensive one. What? That is probably the best. That is just double what the base is. Man, that is rough. That's probably the best thing it has, really, other than the decreased attack. This thing just absolutely destroys yellows for sure. Just reduces the damage taken by a ton. And then we'll see what the gear does, because she's actually really good just from the start. Every 5 seconds after the start of a wave, shields damage by 30% of the skill. Oh, okay. So she taunts and she creates a shield every 5 seconds. That's good. Yeah, that makes sense, but that's good. That's just good. What? So you taunt. You taunt and you shield. That is, other than like for enemies that have AoE, that's really good. And she has invincibility. Well, yeah, there's a super cool character without I see. They have invincibility. Point is, when you ult, so character ain't dying unless you're fighting another unless you're fighting against Shadow himself, I guess, at that point. Well, that's just Shadow thinks, and even then, 10 seconds of invincibility is crazy. Especially if they taunt. Is it like a constant taunt, or is it just every like amount? And they count as human. Oh man. Dang, that's gonna be rough. Okay, it's only for 5 seconds, so the first 5 seconds of the match, you're pretty much like unkillable. That's nice. That's a decent unit. I haven't. How would I compare them, right? So, if I was to compare it to my current green tanks, right? I have Shadow, which is just tank galore. Lowers attack of all enemies by 20%. Oh man, that is actually really... Wow. That's on the... That's a hidden technique, right? Yeah, Jesus. I mean, this tank sucks comparatively. The sort of wave reduces damage taken by for elementals of 20%, but anything behind them. Okay. I mean, some of the characters just don't compare in general, like, they're really just that much better. Races on evasion. Evasion inflicts provoked on single enemy with highest attack for 10 seconds. Further lowers defense by 20%. Man, some of the characters are just not okay. 25% dodge. 20% evasion. That's a skill. At the start of a wave, races damage inflicted 4 grand elemental size behind self. I mean, she's just evasion. I think she actually races. Yeah, she's much better. Versus on defense with 4%. Inflicts stun enemy with highest attack for 3 seconds. Further inflicts 30% damage. Shields 30% of use skills and all shots for 15 seconds. Each time damage is received, recovers only shield by 1000% of up to 3 times CTS. I don't necessarily know what this means. If somebody can explain what CT count 3 times or 3 seconds, or like CD, I guess, like limitation on it. And shields damage of 200% attack. So it's like limited to 3 times or something. Up to 3 times 15 seconds, 200% up to 3 times 3 seconds. Shields damage on all allies for 15 seconds for their race's attack by 20%. For 15 seconds and speed or 20%, but if Shadow governed character. So she's definitely the better out of my tanks, and I won't lie, she throws it out of the park with the how strong she is. Like, she is beyond tanky. And like the level of like if I compare it just to Epsilon, right? At base, she's probably better. The lower defense is not that great. The passive is crazy though. Lower defense, it's not that. Yeah, it's not that good actually. It's not that good. So I guess if my defense is gone up by 40%, then she reduces it to 20. It's kind of just a 100% extra up. And the attack is a little bit rough, really. 20%. Honestly, the thing that whips would really kind of makes this a lot better. I definitely don't. Man, I'm just having a bit of a weird flashback on this. Okay, so here's receipt of 40%, so this doubles. But this needs to be at 5. So, this is probably one of the best abilities, and the whip just makes it crazy. The problem is that this is a 5, so it's not quite as good. And then lowers attack of single enemy with highest attack by 40%. This is really good. This is really great. The problem I see this having is if you're just targeting the main laners, they're gonna be a little bit rougher. I know, with the highest attack. Never mind. Okay, so so whoever your attacker is, let's just hope you have many good ones. Otherwise, your attack is gonna be rough. And if you're yellow, you're like actually super just nerfed. She's a debuffer. She's a bit of a tank debuffer. It's not bad. I think her rank 5 is really good, and her I guess her passive is really good, right? Yeah, some of the characters have more nuance than I could think of. The problem is if you don't get the character, you have to summon through pity, right? You have twice the chance, but 200% is a pity. You can get the weapon, which is probably the nicest part about it. You can get the weapon right now, I think. Because they give, I think call-up characters get it for free pretty much, I think, right? Okay, so, let me double check. Over the noise, but, it's in here. Alright, you can get the weapon a couple times. No, I did not buy these. This is just typically locked. Just disturbs me greatly. Oh, they decrease the cost of these? What? I mean, these are kind of cheap. It's kind of cheap materials. There's no like higher quality ones. I guess this is where you actually get the good ones. Yeah, okay. 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 Okay, I see it. That's interesting to know, but, let's see. Good tank. Decent enough. I like her invincibility ability. She is great against debuffing yellow mentals. I think the Shadowfest, so the most recent one, right? So we have the Shadowfest for Rose, I believe. She's gonna get shattered a bit. And most of your high attack units are just gonna get, well, dragged along the wall. So, I guess just make sure to use your teams wisely, is all I can say. And, yeah, it's the problem is like, it's really hard to tell, like, how they compare to some of the in-game meta characters at the moment. Because I don't have many of them, and sure, they could, like, go through, like, the effort, but I'm gonna put it in the realistic perspective. I'm coming in from a fresh spot, and I'm just I'm absorbing information as I'm going, right? So me not knowing everything, I think, is part of the course, right? But, I digress. I think it's time to check the attack character, which is, Sunraku. He is the main character. He's the character I've seen all the time, and it just confuses me. He just gives me the vibe of it's not my hero. It's Demon Slayer character, Sengoku, I think. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I know. That's just the vibe he gives me. Oh, okay, that is. Well then. Please don't tell me that's the first. Oh my god, you get your second character slot? Oh, and then the second one? Okay, that's 20%. That's pretty nice. Now, Drill Piercer. Lowers crit defense of single enemy by 20% and then inflicts 4 attacks. Oh my god, so you have 4 chances to crit on each one of these. That's crazy. The more attacks I think you have, the higher chance of them each one has to crit, right? So you have 4 chances to crit, and you lower the thing. Unless I'm reading it wrong. If you get this, I mean, if you somehow don't manage to crit after like just debuffing them with these things, right? Man, that's gonna be rough. Yeah, you just hitting him like a dump truck. That's 400% at that point. That's a fourth of this thing, and I mean, you already have that maxed out in the second one. That's not that bad. The crit defense is the number 4. What was it, number Yeah, it's a number 4. Ugh. Now, climax boost. Raises on attack by 30% for 50 seconds. Also grants parry for 50 seconds. Further grants double parry for 15 seconds if own HP falls below. What is parry? I guess it looks just counter? Okay. That's number 4. That's a little bit rougher. Awakening special ability. Oh my god. This is probably where the thing kind of goes up the wall. Each time parries. Oh my god, you're. Each time parry is granted, raises on crit rate by. What? Permanent. Is it one time? Each time raises crit rate by 10%. Bro's just gonna. You're not gonna live, dog. What is even the crit rate on this guy? It's 0%. Oh, max. 3%, that's not great. Crit attack rate. Crit defense rate. I mean, dog doesn't need it. 10%? He's got 2 weapons? Oh my god. Trash. That is the first time I've seen that happen. What? Trash Game Hunter Moonblade Waxing. Each time crit is triggered, raises on damage inflicted by 5% for 50 seconds. Each time crit is triggered, recovers only. Oh my god, y'all. Waxing and Waning Moons. That's why they gave him the skill in the first one. I mean, you're locked to the skill though, but man, is that? Oh my god! What? How much is? Oh my god! That is crazy. 7, 10. So you have increase in crit rate, triple attack, with the highest one on the last one, a single enemy. He's got 2 weapons, which makes sense why they unlocked the character slot on the first thing. That makes more sense actually. You do need this slot though. That is actually kind of bad though. I mean, you can get a dupe right now, so that's not bad, but. You need this. This character needs his second slot. He actually needs it. I don't think I don't know if anybody has ever seen this like dual weapon thing, but the guy needs 2 weapons. Ooh, that's a little bit rough. I'm glad it's the first one. If it was if it was second one, I would have counted it out. That's just useless at that point. Though they do kind of throw it away. This is not really you get 2 weapons. It's more like you have to get the 2 weapons for him, otherwise you're not really getting the character correctly. So this is just a wasted slot at that point, really. That's kind of how they're really good weapons. I won't lie to you. They're really good, at least on paper. And from the looks of things, they think you're gonna crit a lot. If the effect stacks, that's gonna be nasty. That's like gonna do some really bad, really truly high damage. And then you can increase crit attack by 10% as well. That's the last one though. It's just expensive. So, but I guess you already have this one guaranteed. It's just not like you're gonna go not this far, at least. Man, this is a character. If you max it out, it'll be really good. I don't know if I like this though. I guess for those of you that are summoning on these banners, um, get both weapons and just go through the event quests as much as you can. That's all I can recommend, because at least from the on paper, he's really a great DPS. I have a problem with the weapons though. That's kind of it. I need to check mine, because I definitely think. I don't think any of them are that good. Now, I like Aurora, but she's not that good. Offense. Yeah. Sid Kagano, Temporation. That's funny. Cancels one attack buff and damage buff, and then inflicts slow on self for 60 seconds, recovers. Okay. About Alpha. Lowers even all enemies should inflicts. Nope. Okay. Nope. At the start of wave, races don't dice damage inflict over 4% until surviving allies fall below 5. I mean, she's decent, but check Aurora next, I guess. No, because I know she's like really good at critting in the bleed stacks. Raises an attack based on enemy's bleed. I multiply by 8%, max to 150%. No, she hits hard. Like, I won't lie, she just hits hard though. It's pretty good. That's pretty good, but man, if there's ever been like a character that I'd love to get just as extra DPS, is this guy. Holy cow. I think the only character that I can see doing the level of damage she's doing is probably Shadowfest Galta. What does he count as? He's just human, I think. Yep, human. Man, that is wild. That's a human, right? Yep. Giant Killer, Arthur Pencil. Y'all gonna have time to like review these characters at least. Since I'm handing the video out earlier than usual, right? Whew. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. That's rough, but y'all gonna have some rough times. Heck, if depending on what the characters that get like teased towards the end of this banner, I'll see if I can summon on this character at least, because he's a good character. I'm not necessarily fond of just personally summoning on the character. He's really good. He's really good. I guess time for the attractive / healer type kind of character that I've. Okay. Grants ongoing HP recovery on all allies, inflicts stun and seals on all enemies, cancels buff effect, didn't feel. Oh. All buff effects? Ooh. Oh, don't let her ult. Recovers HP of single ally with lowest HP of 100% of attack, further shields damage. Shielder and healer. Okay, that's rough. Cancel 3 buffs on each ally. Each ally? What do you do? You suck. Oh. Hmm. Man, if you oh, that's gonna be rough for red team. That is gonna be rough for red team, actually. My red team relies on debuffs. Oddly enough, I mean, they're not gonna do more damage, but that is... I will be stacking debuffs. Oh! Oh, that's rough. Every character just cancels debuffs. That's a slight counter to the, just, I guess, my red team. Okay, so we look at the thing with the passive giant killer. The start of wave raises speed of all Gunel by 50%. Okay. You know, I wanted a green support character for a bit. I was trying to work on this character. How is it? What we're new unlocking? 5. 5. Okay. Makes sense. It's paywalled a bit. You're gonna need this. You're just gonna need this. There's no other way about it. For PvP, this is actually just straight up meta character. Increasing your speed by 50%. Oh, I didn't even check his weapon as well either. No, I did check his weapons. Never mind, I did. How do you make a character so meta though? You disable debuffs. You increase their speed, so you can't really attack them as much. And then you inflict stun on all enemies. I guess the only upside I have is that if you're going with a red team, you're kind of not getting so much stuff, but yellow teams are just actually gonna get smacked. The seal though is gonna be rough. I don't like this. When hint technique is activated, consume 50%, half of your HP of each ally. Raises attack of all attacker allies by 50%. 60 seconds. Raises defense of all tank allies by 50%. Raises overheal of all supported allies by 50%, and it's permanent. Pardon? You might die from this though. Oh, it's ongoing HP, right? When hit technique. So you stun your enemies. Venom makes the first. Okay, so since that's the okay, that's actually. Ooh, that's actually really rough, actually. You're just gonna. You're faster than they are. You stun them for 10 seconds if you get the first awakening on this thing. You buff your characters for 60 seconds. And you raise your heal by 50% every time you ult. You consume half your HP though, but it doesn't really doesn't matter because stun for 10 seconds is crazy. Especially if you somehow manage to pull your invincibility off, you can't die. Half your HP doesn't really matter. And if you're critting, that's crazy. This is actually one of the most meta characters I've seen in a minute. Good DPS, decent tank, amazing support. I might summon this character. Actually might summon on this character. I'm gonna retract my statement. I'm gonna see if I can get enough gems for this. Character is actually just truly that disgusting level of support. I need to see if there's a better green elemental support, because that is, I don't own the best one at all. This is the support. This for PvP meta might actually change the game a lot, because permanent 50% evasion. If you upgrade them further, you get 30% attack. You're crazy. You're crazy. And it's a collab character, so if they're not useful now, they might be useful later. So that's just, that's rough. Man, choices are choices. I might go watch the anime just because if I get the characters meta, it's just out of respect for the craft. I can't even believe they're actually just releasing this character compared to the current one. Increase flex damage 50% damage on sleep and single enemy with Nope. That is. I hope if you're summoning, truly the best of luck to you. And if you're summoning, I hope you get it on the first few rolls. And you get a regular character, because these are actually great characters. Fantastic support character. Truly fantastic. Like, annoyingly so. Like, the fact that the awakening is, like, kind of, like, towards the end is kind of annoying as usual. But, man, I don't know. This is just like salt over the wound up when you're not gonna have a fun time with them, especially since the awakening technique is the first thing. This is where the video ends, and I do hope y'all have a good day summoning, and I do hope this give you a little bit of insight on what to pick. Because characters there's some characters that are truly, and I mean truly meta changing. At least for my case, I have trash compared to what this is. And I have one character, so this doesn't tell me much. They're just really great. Yeah. So if y'all like this video, I guess give it a thumbs up or something. I appreciate it a bunch. I hope y'all at least got a little bit of insight from this. Yeah, I guess TLDR, great, go summon if you want, but it's not necessarily, this character right here is really good. That's all. Have a good day, and see you. Bye-bye.